Cheer. You already know it's your boy Joe back at it again, TradingPhaseDotCom. Shout out to you guys, man. I hope you guys are doing great because you know me, I'm doing all right, man. My energy is up today, bro. What's going on, Rainier? What's going on? Henry, cheer. Yeah, bro, we had a good day today, man. And I said, let me go live and hang out with my peoples, okay? So definitely we are here. We're live. We're going to be looking at the job market. We're going to be answering questions. Again, leave some topics in the chat, okay? That way I could go in and actually, come in, answer your questions, and we could have a back and forth conversation, okay? Yes. I see a couple of you guys popping up. Guys, as soon as you pop up, just leave a message on the chat. That way I know you in here. Shout out to Miss Flames. Shout out to Luis Guerra. What's going on, my guy? And yeah, man, we're about to get started. Okay, today we had a great day, man, an amazing day. Y'all know me. Again, we're going to be focusing on answering your questions about development, okay, whatever questions you guys might have, okay. I also want to let you guys know that, yes, we started the summer sale at TradingPhaseDotCom. So, again, if you've been wanting to sign up to TradingPhase.com, this is the time for you to come in and take advantage of the sale that we have. I believe we have a 50% off. That's the coupon code, right? 50 off, right? Summer 25. It's actually, yeah, let me see. It's actually the coupon code. I'll tell you right now, just to make sure everything's in there. 50 off summer 25. Okay, so that's actually the coupon code. 50 off summer 25. 50 off summer 25. Okay, get your 50% off. Why not? Okay, save some money. Okay, come into the game. All right, I'll show you guys real quick, and then we're gonna get into the actual jobs and looking at the job market and answering your questions. Again, shout out to everybody in here. If you want to get some results like the people that's in here, shout out to Henry, who's actually live on the chat. You could ask him if we helped him out or not. You know what I mean? Go look at his story, right? See how everything worked out for him, okay? Again, we basically give you everything that you're going to need. We focus on getting you the first job, web administrator, email developer. Then from there, continue learning front-end development and full-stack development. So yes, we want you to be a full-stack developer, but we just want to make sure you get a job early on, okay? So you don't have to waste a lot of time. Okay, and right now with the 50% off, it's basically crackhead prices. All right, this is the moment that a lot of you guys have been waiting for. It's $45 a month. Okay, we're talking about you go to McDonald's 3 times and you basically cover your whole month. Okay, that's $1.50 a day. Okay, that's cheaper than Lucy's right now. Okay, on a yearly subscription, you pay for the year, you save even more. You're basically paying 50 cents a day. Okay, at this point, no one can complain. Like literally, if you don't sign up today to TradingPhase.com and to the sale that we have, that's on you. It's just you don't want it. Okay, at this point, 50 cents a day. Like how much lower can you go, Joe? All right, 50 cents, bro. All right, it's a good deal. So yes, we have a great deal right now going on at TradingPhase.com. Coupon code 50 off summer 25. And for those of you guys that want to come in and start learning about, how to become a profitable developer, how to go in and take the skills that you have. If you're already working, you're like, hey, Joe, I already know how to code. I already know how to get into the game. I'm already working. I'm making money, Joe. But how do you monetize your skills? I'm talking about things like freelancing online, freelancing with local clients, right? We're talking about software as a service, microservices, all right, and digital products. When you see codingphase.com, okay, and you see Coding Phase, you say, well, what is Coding Phase? Well, codingphase.com is a mixture between services and digital products. We have courses, and we also provide other services that come with the courses. So again, how do we go in and monetize our skills? You got to know the full spectrum. How to freelance online, how to create software as a service and microservices, and also to how to go in and take the things that you're able to do for a company and sell it piece by piece to other people. I teach you the whole process. It's inside of the Profitable Developer course. Go check it out. Okay, right now we're in the section of software as a service, so definitely go check that out if you already purchased it. And yeah, man, take advantage, man. I'm telling you guys right now, like literally, like this is the way how you're supposed to do it. Not just work for somebody, but go in and think of yourself like a contractor. Okay, think of yourself as a business, right? When a guy is a carpenter, right, he could work for a company, he could go in and build him the house. But guess what? On the weekends and on the days after work, he has other projects, other clients that he does. This is how they make their money. Go ask anybody that's out here that has any type of small business, small to medium sized business. The way how they go in and make income is not just by working for somebody, it's by going in and say, this things that I'm able to go and give this company for, trading my time for that salary that they give me, I could go in and do the same thing for a bunch of different clients, okay, and customers. So at that point, you're using your skills and you're monetizing it the whole way, okay? So again, if you're interested in that, go check out the links in the description. I put the Profitable Developer course there. It's 50% off. You're not going to see that price again. And also, too, you have the Diamond membership. If you want me to help you out directly and get you into the game and teach you the skills that you need, literally, links is on the description. Get that 50% off. Okay, let's move on. Right, I'm not in the mood to be doing no promos right now. You know what it is, right? You can see it right there. 50% off. It's on you if you want to sign up. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to provide you the service and show you the details. Okay. By the way, man, this morning was amazing for me. Okay, we had a great day. Okay, we getting ready to launch the new service that we have a new software as a service that I'm basically building, and I'm almost close enough to launch the MVP. Okay, so I'm super excited for that. This is the service that we're basically gonna launch pretty soon. Basically, I'm covering everything that has to do with with trading, just to help people out. This software is gonna help the person understand like what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right. Okay, everything that I wish somebody would have taught me when I was starting to trade. And yeah, man, this is actually pretty cool. Today was actually a really good day. We actually made $3,000, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Like, right? And again, if you guys haven't checked out my other channels called Trading Phase, right? Same thing that we did on Coding Phase, right? Where we help people learn how to code, right? And the good things that is done for me. I'm going into the next stage of my life too in there, which is trading. Okay. And that's why I'm creating this software that we're about to launch to help beginners actually go in and understand like what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, so they could go in and become profitable. Okay. Since I started using this is literally helping me out to even make more money and just be consistently more profitable every single day. Today's the P&L is $2,000. Okay. So that's not bad. That's why you see me, my mood is up, right? It was a quick $2,000. I actually made $3,000, but I made a mistake, and that's why I got that little minus 900. Okay. But the good thing is that with this software, I can see exactly what I did wrong, how to fix it, how to make sure that this doesn't happen again, because I should have kept the whole $3,000. It's like the day before yesterday, I had $4,000 and I ended up with minus 600. And the day before that, I had another $4,000 and I ended up with plus 600, which means there's certain things that I need to go in and hash out, and this software is helping me, even me, out, like literally to see exactly like, hey, this is the things that you're doing wrong. This is the time that you need to be trading. Don't trade at this time. So I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. We're building this application. We're getting ready to launch it. I'm super excited, guys. It's gonna be lit, okay? And again, the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because, like I said, I want to show you guys the whole process, right? When I come here, I talk to you guys about the skills that you got to learn, right, to become a developer, right? So I'll give you a great scenario. Your name is Bob, right? You're Bob, you work at Amazon, right? Or you work as an accountant and you're tired of your job. You're like, man, I can't wait to do something else. Well, this is an option for you, okay? Becoming a developer is an option. Learning skills, technical skills to be able to get a job that you can basically build a career with, right? This is the things that I cover here on this channel, TradingPhaseDotCom, and I'll show you guys all of these things, right? what it has done for me, right? As far as my career wise, and how it has gotten me to the point where I'm at, right? We've been able to generate millions of dollars. We at a point where, we do this because we enjoy it. Okay, that's the facts. All right. Now, what's really cool about it is that I'm showing you guys the process of this, of like, how do you do this? You go in, you learn the entry level positions, you get a job, put experience in your back, put money in your pocket while you still continue learning everything else that you need to learn. The next stage after that is you go in and you say, okay, cool. What's the next things that I got to learn to get my second job, right? Once you do that, you continue to grow and scale yourself up within the industry. Okay, you could start with a job that's paying you $65,000, $75,000 and end up in a year or two making 150. Sometimes even faster than that. Some of you guys might have certain things that's in your background, your work history, where you could go in and demand even more, right? It all depends on every case is different, right? But you start at that range and then from there you continue to grow. Now, this is like what I'm doing with this other channel. Again, link on the description, is going in and showing people like, just the possibilities with trading, okay? And just the way how it's working for me, right? And how I've been able to become profitable and be able to go in and say, hey, every single day I'm making some money with this, okay? Some days I lose some money and it's fine. That's gonna be up and down. That's how the market works, okay? But I'm more profitable than I'm actually losing. All right. And at the end of the day, you can do the same thing. And just to show it, just to make it accessible, same way, the same things that I did with coding, how I make this thing accessible. So many of you guys that have came to Coding Phase, some of you guys, y'all didn't think y'all could do it. Some of you guys thought that this was going to be difficult or that it was so hard. You needed to be a math genius, this and that. I'll show you like this is actually pretty straightforward. It's just about sitting down and actually learning the skill. And this is the same thing that I want to do with Trading Phase, the other channel, where I'm literally going in and just sharing the things that it has done for me, and also to like making it more accessible. Okay, making it more accessible for people. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Again, in there, I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to have you sign up to anything. I don't care what you do. I'm just sharing my life, sharing my experience, showing the good days, the bad days of me trading, and you could use that as motivation for whenever you're ready to go in and jump into that world. If you want to. If you don't want to, then you could just see me and see the highlights of me every single day. Okay, so definitely go check it out. Later on today, I'm gonna drop a video there talking about basically what happened today, okay? What I did right, what I did wrong, and hopefully that helps you out, a lot of you guys that's jumping into this space. Let me see, reading through here. Again, let's get back into coding, right? We are in coding phase, right? Let me see. Borg that says, what do you think of the Laravel system, right? The ecosystem. What do I think about the Laravel ecosystem? I love it, okay? This application that I'm building, guess what is built on? Laravel. All of this is built with Laravel, React, and a couple of other APIs for just getting the trades and also to working with AI. But everything that I built as far as like software as a service, right? I've tried every single like backend framework that's out there. I've tried Ruby on Rails, Next.js, of course the mean stack, the MERN stack, right, which is more Node.js based, right? I've tried all of them, right? Even like I don't know if I said Ruby on Rails. I've tried Phoenix. I've tried a whole bunch of shit, bro. But I can tell you the thing that I love about Laravel is that Laravel allows me to build things fast, allows me to build things that's secure, allows me to go in and not have to reinvent the wheel. I could just focus on the idea, the application that I need to build, and I could go in and knock it out. Like this application that I'm building, this new app that I'm building about, I'm getting ready to launch. Like this shit, if I was to build this with something else, it will probably take me months, to where I'm at right now. We already have like 80% of the whole MVP, like 80%. And this is not like a simple app. This is a very, how can I say this? It's very complex and detailed, okay? And so many different pages, so many different things. And again, using Laravel, it's godsend, okay? Also to using AI tools like, Claude. You have Chat. Like I use a bunch of them at the same time. ChatGPT with Claude, with Gemini. So I'm like constantly jumping into different LLM models to go in and expedite everything. I could basically say I started this application a week and a half ago, and we're already 80% of the whole application. That right there should tell you the power of Laravel. That right there should tell you the power of using something like React for the front end, right? Because most of this LLM models are built with React in a sense, like they're trained on React. So that could tell you like, hey, this is the way to go. Even though I love Vue.js, it's a great framework, but a lot of this, LLMs, they basically trained on React. So if you want to save time, you might as well just use React. But yeah, man, Laravel is the best, bro. Okay, that's what we recommend on TradingPhaseDotCom. That's TradingPhaseDotCom approved. All right. Let me see. I like your tutorial from the other day. Can you use a tool like Lovable to prototype themes? Yes, you can. You could definitely use Lovable to prototype themes. One thing that I will say is like Lovable is gonna give it to you as a React component, and what you want to do is you might want to go and take the version of Lovable, whatever components they give you in the Tailwind CSS configurations and everything that they give you, and then put it through Next.js, and then use Next.js to statically generate the components into regular HTML, CSS. Because remember, most of the themes, when you're using like WordPress or anything like that, you don't want to go in and use like React, like make everything React components. What you want to do is you want to generate it into regular HTML and CSS. And then from there, whenever you do need to have like a React component, then you want to go and use it. You don't want to use a single page app for any type of themes, right? You want to go in and basically build it with just HTML, CSS. And the cheat code is to use Next.js to statically generate the HTML, CSS for you. Okay. Again, you could go into Coding Phase. There's a course where we cover that. It's super simple to do. Let me see. Donovan, what's going on, my guy? Talk to me. Out Ara Murillo's. What's going on? Let me see. Rainer says, waiting for that email development with AI course. Yes, that's coming up. By the way, for those of you guys that's interested in that, okay? New email course, right? For anybody that's interested in HTML emails, we're basically rebuilding the whole HTML email course. Not saying that the one that's right now is not good. It's just we're giving it a refresh. And also, too, showing you how to go in and you could build emails super fast with AI, okay? So it's going to be a good way for you to have that as a highlight for your resume. And also too, so you could go in and whenever somebody sends you like a email test and assessment, you can knock that shit out in like 20 minutes. Okay. So I'll show you guys how to build custom emails from scratch. And then at the end, we're going to build the same email with, with AI, right? So you can knock it out super quickly. You want to know how to do it first, and then from there, use AI. Please don't try to cheat. Don't try to game the system. Be like, well, I'm going to just tell the AI. Because what happens is most of these companies, they're not going to have you building things from scratch. They're going to want you to go in and actually modify the code that's already inside of their templates or their campaigns. And if you go in and you say, well, I'm just going to copy this and have ChatGPT, it's going to make a mess. You're not going to know how to actually do it. Okay? Because you have to know what's inside of the code to be able to create something really good. Okay? So please don't try to game the system. If you try to game the system, you're only lying to yourself, okay? The best developers that are using AI actually know how to code. The people that don't know how to code that's using AI, they're doing some Frankenstein shit and they pushing shit together. But that doesn't mean it's secure. That doesn't mean that it looks good. Doesn't mean that it works perfectly. The people that actually know how to code, they're using AI for what it's supposed to. Okay, don't let nobody sell you on this dream that, well, I could just use AI. Why would I even learn how to code? Use your brain, okay? This shit is not perfect. Even the video that I did with Lovable, as you guys can see, we went into V0. It's not perfect to the dot, right? Meaning that you still got to go in there and change a couple of things, okay? But it will get you. It will get you to engage you. It will get you to at least 70%, 80% of the work. Then the other 20% is you optimizing it, fixing it, and actually knowing what's going on under the hood. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. All right, let me see what's going on in here. Talk to me, guys. I'm here for some topics. I'm here for some questions. Like I said, that's what I'm here for today. Renee say, nice. What's going on? Okay. That lovable design coming in clutch. Yes, for real. Looks great. Looks dope. Yes. Matthew Smith says, I'm 3 years in now. I am managing other developers. Nice. That's my boy, Matthew. Shout out to Matthew Smith. Let me see. Hamdi Ben says, can you review my portfolio? I'll be honest, bro. If I review your portfolio, I got to review everybody else's portfolio. I don't do reviewing of portfolios for nobody no more on YouTube. It's not personal. It's just, for whatever reason, people go in and send me their portfolio. If I don't get to do it at the time they want it, they hate me. And most of the trolls and people that talk shit about me online is people that have sent me their portfolio and I couldn't, do a portfolio review for them or create a video for them, and they become my enemies. They become my haters. I'm like, at that point, I'm not doing portfolio reviews for anybody unless you go to TradingPhaseDotCom. It's not personal, but that's just where we at right now. A couple of bad apples ruin it for everybody else. We used to do the portfolio reviews. I just don't do it for nobody no more on YouTube. Okay. Only for the students at Coding Phase. Okay. There's no, it sucks because we was doing something cool. We started that whole portfolio review trend. We did all of that. We got millions of views on it, but then it also brought in bad actors. So at that point, I just don't want to do it for YouTube. It's just that simple, Renee the Dev says, looks awesome. Luckily you're coming out with Trading Phase. Yes. Because I was about to go into the Ross Cameron course. Yes, definitely. Ross Cameron is legit, bro. Check out all his content, all his videos. I am going to create a trading course, but it's not really like a trading course. What I want to do is teach you the software, right? And that's what I'm going to focus on. There's a lot of good resources out here for different strategies, but what I'm going to teach is going to be how to use the software, what's the right way of using it, right? And then also to showing you how to use this new software as a service that I'm building and how to make sure that, you get the highest percentages of win rate that way, okay? But definitely check out Ross Cameron. I use him. I watch him, okay? I just think that, the prices that he has is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit ridiculous. $3,000-$4,000 for, just access, and then $100 and something a month just to get the live streams. But I get it because he's making a lot of money. You get what I'm saying? It's like me. If I'm making, $5 million a year on trading, I'm not giving you that information for $20. You're gonna have to come in and give me, give me a bag that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys, they're not here to help. When you see me and you say, hey, Joe, why are you doing a 50% off? Guys, I'm trying to help those that cannot afford it to finally get in, okay? The average person that's teaching highly technical skills that's going to get you money, they don't go in and do discounts. They don't go in and be like, yo, 50%. At the most, they'll do a 10%, 20% because they know you're going to make money with it, okay? So at the end of the day, that's how people are. I'm not that way. But at the same time, like Ross Cameron's content is legit. If you want to check out anybody, I think that's the person that I will go in and check out. Like I said, the course that I'm going to be building for Trading Phase is just going to be a very basic course showing you how to use the software, because that's how I lost most of my money, right? Most of the time that I lost money trading, it wasn't even like that it was bad or that I was doing it wrong. It's that I didn't know how to use the software. It's that simple. I didn't know how to come in, how to come out, stop loss, limit. I didn't know how to do any of that shit. And that's the biggest thing that a lot of people are kind of, they mess up at. With that platform, that called TradingPhase.com, when I launch it, what I'm going to do is just going to be like a basic course to show you how to do this thing properly. I'm not selling you no dreams. I'm like, how you going to be a millionaire off this? I'm not a millionaire. I'm making like, $2,000, $3,000 a day. You know what I'm saying? Right? So that's not millionaire status. That could help you, knowing the knowledge of it and how to use the tools, when you know how to do it right, it can help you make an extra thousand. That could be a salary for some people. Okay. But I'm not trying to be like, I'm a trading guru. I'm not doing that shit. What I'm doing is I'm trying to help people that's like me to understand just how this shit works. Okay. Because again, same thing that I did with Coding Phase. I wanted to make Coding Phase and just coding in general just more accessible to the average person, right? And that's what we did. We've been successful with that. I want to do the same thing with trading. That's why I call it trading phase, right? We got coding phase. We go through the coding phase. Then you have trading phase, right? What do you do when you start making money, right? Again, not financial advice or anything, but this is what I wish somebody would have told me. As I continue to unlock different levels in my life, this is what I like to go in and put my hand out and bring other people with me to the same level that I am, okay? Because I didn't know how to trade, I basically, I blew a lot of money. I spent a lot of money and threw it in the air, right? But if I would have known everything that I know now, right? And this is what I'm gonna do on Trading Phase, just like this next concept of like financial literacy and just understanding how investments work and things like that, right? That's what I'm doing on Trading Phase. Okay. Because I think it's very important. If I would have known that everything that I know now, bro, it would have been a different ball game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done pretty well for myself, but to be honest with you, with the money that I've touched and everything that I've done, I should be at $10-20 million right now. Do I have that? No. Okay. I blew a lot of money. I invested in random shit. I fucking pay vacations, do this. I've done a lot of crazy things. Okay. But it's fine because I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? I've done pretty well. I'm still comfortable. I got a big ass house, got a couple of cars, got a beautiful wife, got a couple of kids, right? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And this next stage of me getting into trading is like, bro, it's a game changer. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, let's say on a daily basis, I might make, on coding phase anywhere from like $500 to $3,000, right? That's like randomly. That's just coding phase by itself, right? Randomly. On trading, there's days that I've made up to like $10,000 in one day. $5,000, $3,000, $2,000, $1,000. You know what I'm saying? And it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game. So this knowledge, I don't want to go in and hoard it and keep it to myself and be like, well, I'm not telling nobody how to do this shit because I got to make my bread. No, I want people that's just like me, similar to you guys that's in here, how you could do this, and actually, in a sense, do it responsibly. Okay? Like I said, I actually lost like $15,000, but I was lucky enough that I turned that $15,000 to $55,000. That $55,000, I lost everything to zero. Why? Because I didn't know how to use the tools. Now, this is what I'm trying to save people from. Because there's a guy that will be watching any of this stuff online and on YouTube and be like, let me put my real money. I came in with 15,000, but I got it. The average person that don't have it and goes in and jumps into this game, you're going to blow up your account. But it's really because you don't know how to use the tools. If you know how to use the tools and you know how this thing works, then now you could do it more responsibly. And when there's an opportunity, you could take advantage of that opportunity. Okay? So we've been doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I done took a small account and, we started, I believe, like in February, and we already like at $18,000 right now. Just small accounts, really small accounts, just growing it little by little, right? And I've taken money out and I still got $18,000 in there. So that tells you, hey, even with a small amount, people can still be profitable once you know the tools. Don't jump in, blindly. And that's what I'm trying to do with Trading Phase. Save them the time, saving the so people don't lose their bread, man. And also too, just to make it accessible. You know how many times I used to look at things on YouTube and then like Instagram and things like that, but like, yo, this shit is fake. All these people is like gurus and this and that. Like, this shit is bullshit. People don't really make money like that, bro, until I really learned. I was like, yo, and I do it at a small scale. At a small scale. You get what I'm saying? Like $1,000, at the most like $5,000, $10,000, right? When you got the bread, There's people like, again, you could check out Rose Cameron. He making like 200,000 in one day. But how does he do that? He got the bread. But if you don't got the capital and the money, it's fine. $1,000 stacks up. 2 years from now, you'll have the bread. And at that point, you have so much knowledge that you could go in and take bigger moves. You know, that's where I'm at right now. I'm in 2 years already. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting ready now by, you know, hopefully by August around there, I'm taking bigger positions from there on. Okay? I'm just waiting until I cover my you know, my 3-year thing, where it's like I started 2023, right? We got 2024, and then now by 2025, August, which will be like when I really started, right? From there on, I'm taking $50,000 plays, right? So at that point, I make, you know, 10%. That's $5,000 every play. It's a different ballgame. This is why I've been telling you guys, please come to Coding Phase this year. 2026 is going to be a lot different. Like, I'm only working with the people that already at Coding Phase. I'm not working with random people. If you come to Coding Phase, I'll give you the time because you've been here. I'll give you, you know, all my services, everything that I have to give you to make sure you succeed at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll continue working with you till as long as you're a member to TradingPhaseDotCom, right? Never raise the price, never do anything. But anybody that comes in after 2026, I'll be honest, it wouldn't be, it don't make no sense for me to do that much work when in reality I make so much more money in other things, right? But I'll do it for the people that's been here, that's been supporters, that been, you know, people that have been grinding with me, that saw the whole transition, that have been working with me. You know, by that point, 2026, like, yeah, you want to come in and you want to learn how to code, you want me to coach you and help you out and do your portfolio, look at all the stuff, it's going to cost $2,000, period. Because I know you're going to make money. So at that point, I got to make my bag too. From all this time, I've been doing it pro bono in a sense. Like, I'm helping a lot of people out, but I'm giving so much of my time into, you know, helping all of these people where in reality, I need to go in and, you know, I'm about to be 40 years old. I'm 38, well, 37, about to be 38, right, this year. So now what does my 40 years, my 40s look like, right? I want my 40s to look like I got more time for myself and I have more time to invest into the people that have invested in me and have been supported to me. Other people that I don't even know from a hole in the wall, like, guess what? For you to come in and I give my time, you got to pay for my time. That's just the facts, you know? But yeah, take advantage. Like I said, 50% off. Take advantage now. You don't want to be one of these people like, yo, I don't know. I'm telling you, join right now to codingphase.com. This is a great deal, 50% off, right? You don't want to miss out on this, man. Okay? Like I said, prices don't go up on Coding Phase. You come in right now and you say, well, I signed up today and it's $45 for me to come in and be a member to codingphase.com at $45. Guess what? That's what you're going to always pay. Okay? You don't have to pay no more other than that. Now, somebody pops up 2027, 2028. You're like, damn, man, yeah, I'm paying, you know, 2 bands. Yeah, that's them. I don't know them from a hole in the wall. You've been here. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage of that. Please don't miss out on this opportunity. Okay? Because like I said, right now, I'm willing to work with you. I work for you. Okay? This whole year, and for as long as you're a member to codingphase.com, I'm going to guide you and help you out to get in your career, show you the process, whatever questions you might have a year from now, 2 years from now, you know, you're already working as a developer. You could always come back to me and say, hey, Joe, I'm thinking about opening up a business. What do you think about this idea? I'm not going to charge you for consultation. You just show up to the meetings that we have every Monday. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like by being a member, you have access to all of this. You have access to me, access to all the courses that I provide on codingphase.com. So it's a great deal. Trust me. The people that came in 2017, right, when we had $5 specials, right, the $45 special that's right now, that's the $5 special from 2017. You're not gonna get that again. Okay, that's just the fact. So please take advantage. I don't want nobody getting left behind. Okay, let me see. Josué Sorillo says, shout out from Dominican Republic. Dame luz, que lo que. Dame un consejo para salir de la olla. Josue Sorillo. Follow me, bro. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on X, bro. Look, if you Dominican, hit me up. You could always email me. Not saying that only Dominicans, but you know, I got a special place for my peoples. I gotta help them out, right? So if you're Dominican, bro, send me an email. Send me an email. I'll help you out, see what I can do for you. But you basically say, dame un consejo para salir de la olla. ¿Piensas que hay oportunidad para conseguir trabajo con Angular.net sin mucha experiencia? He basically asking, hey, do you think that there's a lot of opportunities with Angular and .net? And I will say yes. Okay, there's a lot of experience with that, right? If you go in and get into that space, you could really get some good jobs. Now in DR, I'm pretty sure what they use is .net and also to PHP. So if you're looking to get a job in DR, that could be a great opportunity for you because you could work with that. Now, if you plan on getting a job here in the US, .net, it's also very highly skilled, sought after skill, right? So people want to use that. And also too, like if you go look into it, most of the people that get hired outside of the US is like Indians for .net. Okay. Now, when you are outside of the US, there's nothing stopping you from doing the same thing that Indian developers do. You in Dominican Republic, imagine this, right? You could be a .net developer and they give you, let's say, 45, 50,000, 60,000. Now you're saying that's low, but that's low here. $60,000 in Dominican Republic right now. Okay, to be a .net developer. Let's bring up the calculator, my favorite thing. Okay, so let me see how much is the USD to Dominican pesos. What's the conversion rate? It's $59. So right now you get, say, $60,000. We're gonna keep it at the low range. $60,000 times 59.50, which is $59. Well, 59 pesos and 50 cents. You're making. That looks crazy. Okay, you're making 3,570,000 pesos. Right? Go ask in DR who's making $1 million pesos a year. Because to us here, $1 million is a lot. And the same way how we look at $1 million here, it's the same way how people look $1 million pesos in DR. It's so difficult to reach that point, right? As a developer, you can make in Dominican Republic 3,570,000 pesos. At that point, bro, tú estás aprendiendo el teteo. You outside with the dembow, you doing the J1 dance, you know what I mean? You in there like, hey, you know what I mean? Yo, tráeme par de mala, par de la chama. You know what I mean? Give me a couple of Venezuelan chicks, right? Right? Yeah, it'd be like that in DR, okay? So, can you make a lot of money with .net? Yes. I will say this to you. If you already know it, yes, continue focusing on that. If you don't know about .net and you're trying to get into it, okay? Do some research, see what's the best options. But also pay attention to PHP. PHP, Laravel, right? React or Vue, right? Learn those things. Try to become a full stack developer if you out there, okay? Another thing too that you could do is look at Shopify. You can work remotely from DR and become a Shopify expert. Shopify is now expanding to all of Latin America. This is another thing that a lot of people don't know, right? So they're expanding to a lot of Latin America to help business owners and entrepreneurs launch their how you call this, their online stores. You know Spanish, right? You live in Latin America. Guess what? That's a huge opportunity for you. So Shopify might be another thing that you want to focus on. And then not only that, you could work for people here in the US. Now, the reason I bring Latin America is because a lot of times people think like everything is here in the US. If you don't come to the US, oh my God, I need to make US dollars. Guess what? There's other countries too, guys. There's Germany, there's the UK, There's Mexico, there's Colombia, there's Chile. There's a lot of countries that got money. It's not just the US. Of course, the US is, you know what I mean? Stop playing with us, right? Iran, I'm looking at you. You know what I mean? We the empire. You know what I mean? When you see us, you gotta throw the rock sign. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? It's like Hove, right? Yeah, it's America. But guess what? There's other countries that are close to America where you can make a lot of money. In Japan, you can make money. I know a couple of Dominican dudes that moved from DR to Japan. Sometimes you know how difficult it is to get a visa to come to the US. So what? Go somewhere else. Work with other people, other countries. What's important is that you get in a bag and you're making money. It doesn't matter what country it is. Okay? So opportunities is everywhere, bro. So yeah, man, hit me up. You Dominican, bro? Estamos aquí. Tú sabes que lo que. You know how I do. Yo, I was talking to a Dominican kid the other day on Instagram, and he was telling me some shit. Cause he's like, I guess he's seen my channel and this and that. And he's like, yo, I don't know, is this real? Can you really make money with this? We're coding. I'm like, bro, I thank God that I learned how to code, bro. If I didn't learn how to code, where the hell would I be at right now? I would have been living in New York City in a small ass apartment. Bro, I get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that shit. Just thinking about me living in a fucking 900 square foot apartment with 2-3 kids, having to tell my son, hey, Ethan, sleep on the couch because there's no other room. Or having to go in and be like, I live in a project somewhere. I get the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that shit. Now, of course, if you got to go through it, you got to go through it. But if I could change that with just learning a skill and learning a highly paid skill, I'm going to learn that shit because I don't want to do nothing illegal. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do nothing illegal. I'm not that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I want to go in and do my shit the legal way so I could keep it. Right? Nobody could come in and pull my ear and pull my shirt and be like, yo, give me that because you took it illegally. No. Everything that I do is legal. Right? So if I'm going to do it the legal way, I got to learn the things that make money legally. Right? Which is you go to school, you educate yourself, and not just educate yourself because you don't want to be out here. I'm a sociologist. No, stupid. You're going to be broke with a degree in being a manager at T-Mobile. What you want to do is you want to learn skills that are technical that people are willing to pay more money, right? And also, too, excuse me, damn, that was a nasty cough, that most people wouldn't be able to spend the time to learn this. You think it's easy? Like right now, we have, how many people we got here? We got like 50-something people, okay? You know YouTube. YouTube don't send notifications to nobody, right? But guess what? We got 50 people. Let's say out of the 50 people, we probably have, you know, maybe, let's say 27 of them, right? Almost half. That's willing to put in the work, right? Out of those 27 people, there's probably, you know, maybe 8 of them that are willing to go into TradingPhaseDotCom and sign up, and then from there start taking the courses and then actually show up to the courses and show up to the meetings. The average person's not willing to do this work. That's why they at where they at. And they're supposed to be there, right? And that's the thing. When you start getting good things happening to you and you start making money, you start living good, don't even feel bad for everybody else that don't have that. You know what? Because a lot of times it's people's own decisions that decide to be where they at. There's things that's outside of your realm. But if you could change it, why not do it? Right? So as this kid's telling me this stuff, he's like, yo, man, is this real? Because I know I see your advertisement, And I'm like, bro, of course, claro que sí, manito. This is real. This is not like, you know, like even the things that I teach, like I'm not trying to teach you how to be a millionaire. I'm teaching you how to get a job so you could build a career from there. I don't go in and tell you, hey, man, this is how you're going to make $1 million. No, this is a process. I didn't make $1 million till, 10 years. 10 years of me being a developer. 10 years. And I didn't make it from development. I made it from me building my own businesses. So it wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna make $1 million and I'm gonna work at a job. That's almost unheard of. Unless you're like a ball player or something like that, that you get a big salary, you know what I mean? But the average person, you're gonna get $100,000, $200,000. That's not gonna make you a millionaire. That's not gonna get you to that point. And that's why I don't sell that. That's why when you see me, I'm here with the same jersey that you might see me. You might see some little a little grease dirt because I was fixing my son's bike a little while ago. I'm a regular dude. I'm just showing you how you could be a regular dude, make money, invest in yourself, put yourself in a better situation. Because that's all I wanted. And there's people that's watching this right now. That's all they wanted from the jump. They want to have a better job, a better lifestyle, right? And be able to take care of their family. You know, the whole extra shit where people come in and show you, here's a Lambo, here's a $200,000 thing. I could do that, but for what? That doesn't, give me no joy. The things that give me joy is I get to hang out with my kids. I get to raise my kids. When I come out of here, I leave this office, guess who I see? I see all 4 of my kids. That's a luxury. That's a luxury that most people can't, not that they can't have, but they don't have. How was I able to achieve this? By learning this skill, right? I live in a house. There's people that have over 30 years here, right? Shout out to my mom. My mom is one of those people, but it's not her fault. It's just the opportunities wasn't there for her. But when she came in, she got 30 years. My mom don't own a house. Her house, I'm going to buy that for her. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people that's just regular people just like her, right? And just like me, how I was. You'll spend 20 years, 30 years, and you won't be able to save up the money to buy a house. So me having my house, having all the little things that I have, is a luxury. It's some shit that I'm grateful to. And that's what I wanted. There's a lot of people that want that too. And when I come in here, I'm sharing all those things with you guys. I'm not trying to sell you the dream of how to be a millionaire. No, this shit's going to take work. My goal is to get you in. That's the thing that I promise to do for you. Teach you the skills to get you in. And then from there, we have everything else to help you grow. Now, if you decide to come into Coding Phase and say, well, I got a job, man. I'm an email developer. I'm making $85,000. And then 5 years from now, you come back to me like, yeah, Joe, I'm still an email developer. That's on you, because on TradingPhaseDotCom, I gave you the whole game plan. I show you how to do Shopify, how to do front end, how to do full stack development, how to build software as a service. We even teach you how to monetize your skills. And if you didn't take it, that's on you. You stuck on the $85,000 range. But I gave you the game plan. So 5 years from now, you're making $200,000, $300,000 or more. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to sell you a dream. I'm trying to tell you this is a path and this is how you do it. And nothing comes in instantly. There's a guy like Henry Garrido. Shout out to him. He got a job like in a month and a half. But that's his journey, right? You have a guy like Renee. Renee, it took him maybe like 9 months to a year, almost, going through the courses, then applying to jobs, and then from there getting in. Everyone has their own journey. There's opportunities that come to you at a certain time that you might be at the right place at the right time, and boom, you get hired in a week. Or it might take you 6 months. But the way how you got to go in and look at this is, at the end of the tunnel, right now you're in a tunnel. It's a dark tunnel, but you can see there's a light at the end of it. As long as you keep walking towards that light, you're going to get out of the tunnel. If you stop walking, guess what? Enjoy living in the tunnel. Enjoy being in the darkness, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm the guy that's on the other side of the tunnel from the light and telling you, yo, follow my voice. Come this way. Now, if halfway there, you decide to chill, you're like, oh, my legs hurt. I don't want to get... Well, if you die inside that tunnel, that's on you. I was calling it out for you. You didn't want to come out. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, when that kid was asking me, I'm like, yo, is this shit real? I'm like, bro, I'm the perfect example. That's why I created my channel, to show people I'm the perfect example. I'm not doing no crazy shit. You're not seeing me with 20,000 chains and this and a Lambo. I'm a regular dude minding my own business, raising my kids, living a very good lifestyle. How do I do that? If you want something like that, where you say stability and you know, where you're not worried, where my next check coming from? This is how you do it. You learn a highly skilled trade, and then from there you go in and you monetize your skills, so you could go in and at some point not have to work for anybody. Okay, so yes, shout out to everybody in here. Let me see. Josue says, I read that one. Shout out to my boy Lawrence D Codes. Let me see who else we got in here. Mr. Anibal, hey, Coding Face. In your opinion, is it worth learning to code in 2025? Yes, it's worth learning to code if you don't want to be broke. That's it, okay? It's that simple, okay? Guys, think about it like this. Everything moves around technology. What do you want to do? Do you want to go in and work a bullshit job, or do you want to go to the biggest industry in the world? Tech. I mean, tech is so big that if something happens with Apple, with Nvidia, Facebook, it brings down the whole S&P 500. That tells you how much embedded to the economy tech is. Where do you want to go to, right? Do you like working with your hands? Be a plumber, right? Go do HVAC, right? You could do that. You could be in construction. You don't want to be in the sun on the roof. You don't want to be lifting shit. You don't want to come home with a back pain. You want to be relaxed in your house, seeing your kids, raising them, right? When you come home, you have, multiple weeks of vacation time. Guess what? That's in tech. That's not in construction. That's not in HVAC. That's not in none of that shit, because that's a physical work. You got to go and do that shit. You want to make real money? Go work at those oil rigs. But when some shit happens and it breaks your arm, or God forbid somebody, smashes a freaking metal with another metal and a little spark goes out and everybody explodes and you're part of that, right? You'd be like, damn, he had a good job though. I'm not willing to risk my life for a good fucking $100,000 when I could do that shit from home, click-clacking on a keyboard. So, is it worth it, Mr. Cannibal or Cannibal, right? Mr. Cannibal or Cannibal, right? You got to ask that question to yourself. Is it worth it to you? Because what's worth to me might not be worth it to you. You might just say, this is bullshit. I'm good here being an Uber driver. Enjoy being an Uber driver. You're your own boss. You work whenever you want. You work the hours that you want. But you don't got developer money, though. So when you go in and you start looking around, you're like, damn, man, I'm living in the smallest apartment. While this other dude, I see him on YouTube eating granola, walking around Google, and he's in a condo, right? You're buying at C-Town, he buys at Whole Foods. Okay? You're driving a Honda, he driving a Tesla to a Benz. You're at the end of the tail of the plane, he's in first class. Which one do you want to be? That's when you go in and you say, this shit might be worth it. Just a heads up, how much this shit is worth it, okay? Facebook, Meta, right now, is competing with OpenAI for engineers. And they're trying to take some of their engineers and their researchers and telling them there's $100 million bonus. I don't think you understand what we're talking about. Meta's trying to steal the engineers from OpenAI. Don't believe me, right? $100 million bonus. Meta. Okay? Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI. says Meta offer $100 million bonuses to my employees. If you don't understand where we going with this shit, and you don't think this shit is worth it to you, we can't do nothing for you. This is where the world is moving to, guys. Right now, we're driving horses. Right now, you work a regular job, you driving horses. When there's a guy with a car and learning how to use a car and learning how to build a car and learning how to go in and fix the car. Which industry do you want to be on? The guy taking out the fucking poop out of the foot of the horse? The guy who's coming in and putting food to the horses? The guy who delivering the hail to, or whatever you call that shit, to the horses? The guy who's building the wagons? Or do you want to be in this other industry where there's a guy dealing with metals, dealing with fucking oil, dealing with glass, dealing with the leather seats, how to build this car? You want to be part of that industry. Whatever that shit is, you don't know what it is. You might say, well, I don't know about coding. I don't know. Whatever that industry is doing, jump on it. That's where the money is at. This shit here, everything that else is in here, that's old. There's gonna be jobs there for it, and there's gonna be opportunities for it, but not like here. Okay? Not like here. All right? Now, it's so interesting, right? Remember a couple of months ago, there was a whole big drama between Doge, Elon Musk, and all of these guys, right? Elon Musk and what's the guy's name? Roswami, whatever his name is, right? That was running for president, right? They're like, hey man, we don't got enough engineers. We need to start bringing them from India and China. The truth is, we got enough engineers here. And we should, and if we do need more engineers, then we should be hiring them here. We got enough people here. But because people like yourself, Mr. Cannibal, start looking at random shit that's out there, not really understanding how this industry works, that you might see negative things. Oh, there's a layoff of this, or there's a layoff of that. Bro, there's enough money in here, enough jobs for everybody. It's just, those are top industries, top companies in the industry that are letting some people go, but those people are getting picked up. And they still need more. And they still need more people with different type of technical skills. So if they didn't need more, they wouldn't be trying to go in and say, let's just let all the Indian developers in. Let's just let all the Indian engineers in. No, there's a demand for it. So if you're here in the United States and you're not noticing that and you're not paying attention to what's going on and understand that, and I said this almost damn near 7 years ago. Well, more than that. I mean, 8 years ago, 2017, around like March, I said this. Go look up my old videos. I say, developers are the new rock stars. People was looking at me like crazy. Being a nerd is cool now. Because guess what? The guy who was like with the six pack and this and that, and he was a jock, he's working at McDonald's right now. Right? He working at McDonald's. He good there. He didn't want to study. He didn't want to do anything. The kids that was little nerds that was like in school doing this stuff, they're rock stars right now. They're rock stars. Making $200,000, $300,000 or more. And if you're a hustler and you're an entrepreneur, you're making millions. That's what this industry brings to you. Now, if you don't want it, that's on you. Now, is it gonna be easy? No, of course not. This is why you get paid a lot. It's not easy. It's dedication and work. Most people will not sit down in front of a computer for 2 hours. I've been in front of a computer since 7 o'clock this morning. And then I'm going to be working on this. I'm going to take a little break, hang out with my kids for a little bit, probably jump in the pool, right? Maybe go check my fruits. I got some fruits growing in the back, right? Eat some passion fruit, right? The lifestyle that I always dreamed of, right? And then from there, at maybe 8 o'clock till 12 o'clock at night, I'm going to be on the computer again. It's not easy, but this is how we get the M's. So is it worth it to you? Shit, to me, it's worth it. I don't know. With that long answer, I hope you make a decision. By the way, anybody that's interested in learning Coding Phase and having me help them out in this journey directly, check out the links in the description. Sign up for TradingPhaseDotCom Diamond membership right now. It's at a price that you can't beat, okay? You're not going to get that price anywhere else, right? $45 for literally per month where you could come in and you could sign up. And also for a year, $187, $190 for a whole year. You're basically paying for 2 months and get the whole year free. So at that point, you know what I mean? You're paying 50 cents a day. At that point, what can we do for you after that? If you don't see the value in it, that's on you. I just know what we doing here. Okay? Real Paradox, what's going on, my guy? Is it normal not to get back onboarded? I'm confused with that, MJ. Is it normal not to get onboarded and be on signed tickets as a contractor dev? This is my experience. I was wondering if it has happened to someone else. Yeah, I mean, unless they, you're a contractor. You do your job. You know what I mean? Maybe they're in a rush. Maybe right now everybody busy. I mean, they should give you, like some type of onboarding, show you how things work. I mean, they have to give you some documentation at least. But it's a contract, bro. They hire you because they know that you could do the work. They're not looking to babysit you. Let me see. I do Reyes. All Day Dre says, yo, I got another interview scheduled for next week. Shout out to my boy Dre from Cali. His moves is he's trying to go in, make his bags, get to Brazil. Do some damage. You know what I mean? Nah, man, he's just trying to live a better lifestyle and dude is super smart, good energy, good dude. Been going to a couple of interviews. One didn't pan out, but look, now he got another one this week coming up. That's how you do it. You don't you're not going to get hired. It's very rare to get hired your first interview, guys. Right? It's not that it's impossible, but it's rare. Because there's things that you're going to learn on every interview you go to. And then by the time you go to 3, 4, 5 interviews, now you're there like a master. Now you're in there. You're ready to answer. You're not getting the butterflies in your stomach. You're not nervous. You're not stumbling over your words. You know exactly how to get straight to the point. And you know how to convince the person that you are the one. That your name is, Himothy. You know what I'm saying? Your name is Himothy. When you show up anywhere, you want people to say, yo, what's his name? Himothy. Him. He's the one. He's Neo. We need him. Okay? But you don't get that on your first try. You get that by going into the interviews and not giving up and going through the whole process. Trust me, I went to a couple of interviews before I even get my first job. That's how it is for everybody. But I'm so happy for Dre because Dre's grinding. Okay? So, yes. Let me see. Lauren says, 2K a day ain't shabby, boss. Ain't that shabby? Yeah. Bro, we doing all right, bro. We doing all right, man. We doing all right. This was my day for today. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is not bad. It was actually 3,000, but I did something dumb. As a human being, we do sometimes dumb things. And also, I didn't leave early enough, which is something that I'm still working on. Sometimes you hold on to a trade because you don't want it to become a loss. But what happens is it becomes even a bigger loss. If the shit's not going your way, sell it right away. Get out of there. Try the next time. If I would have sold it when I saw it going down, I would have lost $150, $200. I held it. And because I held it, because I knew it was going to come back, but if you came in at the wrong time and you got a bad position, just leave because you never know if this thing's going to go crazy. So I'll give you a great example, right? This was the trade that I came in, right? IMB. Again, I'm going to cover this stuff on my other channel. Basically, I saw this yesterday, okay? I came in super late. I made money on it. And like an idiot, I decided to come back in the nighttime, right? Again, I made money already from here to here. I was already profitable. I come back in, boom. When was it? Yeah. I come back in. Let me see. This one. Yeah, right here. So this was yesterday. Boom. Came in, made money. In the pre-market, I didn't put sell orders. This thing went to $14. I could have sold. I would have been profitable. I should be right now $500 profitable. Then because it didn't go, I forgot to put the sell. I didn't wake up early today, right? Basically what happened was I started like, oh man, this thing went to 14. I should have sold there. You know what? I think it's going to come back up. So it was going to come back up, but now where I bought it at, I bought it at $10.37. I bought $10.37, expecting for this thing to come in from here on this little bounce. Again, I know I'm talking about trade. There's a coding channel. I'm just showing like Lawrence, like what happened this morning. It's $2,000, but this should have been a $6,000 day. I just came in at the wrong time, and I didn't leave early enough. So again, I come in, boom, getting here, thinking that this thing is going to break and going to go back up to 14. It didn't go that way. It dropped. The moment it dropped, I should have sold right here from $10.42 to $10. Once it broke $10, I should have got out, period. Because we still on a downtrend. I'm trying to go in and catch a break without confirmation of the actual, you see this line? This is line that I put up. If it continue from here up, we're back. I held it for too long. I held it all the way to $9 down here. At that point, now I lost $1,000. I should have never lost $1,000. Where I needed to come back in was I needed to let this thing come down all the way to the bottom of the downtrend. And then now that it becomes an uptrend, okay, if you're interested in knowing how to use this tool, check out Trading Phase, my other channels on the description, okay? I should have came in here. Once it got to this point, 957. If I would have went in at 957 with the money that I put in at 1037, which was around like 5,000 around there, I think I put in like 5,000 or something like that. I'll tell you right now. I have it right here. How much did I put in? I put in I put in 500 and 600, right? 600 shares at $10. Okay, 600 shares at $10. That right there, right? And I sold a 906. That right there is minus 100, right? So we're talking about, I put in around, let me see, 600 shares. Let's say average is 1026. That's $6,156. Okay. If I would have put $6,156 at the right time and I would have been patient, I would have caught it right here, 962. Okay. So now, let's see, was it 952? Was it no? Yeah, divided by 600 and what was it, 656 or something like that? No, 952. Okay, let's use ChatGPT for this. I can't, but it's basically almost $10, almost the same shit, right? So let's say from there. Matter of fact, I'm doing the math wrong. Sorry, because what I should do is get the percentage, right? I would have came in. This is why it's so important to fucking have your math. You know, if you do this type of math every day, right? So again, this would have been 11, right? So let's say I would have got out at 11. So let's say at $10, that's another 10%. So technically, I would have gotten, instead of me losing $1,000, basically, I would have made $1,000 from there to there. Okay, but it was still it would have been not a bad trade, but to me, it's not worth it to get 10%. That's too much money just to get 10%. I was really going to get $14, which would have been like, 40%. That would have been a couple of thousands of dollars. Okay, so yeah, like we doing that on a daily basis, bro. Okay, and there's things that I'm still hashing out, so $2,000 a day is not that bad, right? But there's days that, I have like 8,000, $10,000 days, so it's like that right now, bro. We moving like that, bro. It's the best thing that I did, man. When I do this coding thing, I do this because I love it, right? And I love what I do. So people come in here and be like, man, but he got course. Bro, I'm doing this shit because I want to help people. If I didn't want to help people, I didn't have to do this shit. I love doing this shit. I love helping people out. Now, of course, I'm not going to do it for free. Some people will say, well, if you're making so much money, why would you go in? Why? Because I'm not giving it to you for free. That's it. It's that simple. You know how much work it took me to get this information and to learn all the skills, and how much time it takes me to help somebody go from not knowing anything to learning how to code, me helping them out, hopping on calls, doing this and that. Like, that shit takes time out of my life. So I can't do it for free just because I'm making money and other things. That's like, someone said this shit on another channel that I seen, because I follow a lot of people that has businesses and a lot of stuff. And someone was like, yo, well, if you're making so much money with this type of business, why do you have a course? I'm like, damn, some people, even if you try to help them, they still don't get it. Information, right, is out there. Okay, some people would do it for free because they don't know their value. Someone that knows their value is not going to do it for free, because your time, no one's going to give you that back. So you need to compensate yourself with something, okay? Even if you want to help people out. That's why when you go in, you say, well, I have a nonprofit. Guess what? That nonprofit got to pay its own employees. That doesn't mean employees show up to a nonprofit and be like, well, guys, I can't pay my rent, but I'm showing up to this nonprofit. No, you still want to help people out, but that nonprofit needs to get paid somehow. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with a great concept, okay? Why would Coca-Cola sell water if they make money with Coca-Cola? That's like the simplest shit you could tell somebody to explain it to them, because they don't get that concept. I see so many people that be like, well, if you make so much money with this and that, if you got this other business, why you got a course? It's very simple. I want to help people out and I want to teach to people. I enjoy it. I love seeing when guys like a Henry or Renee or, DJ Norris, all those people, they live good lives after they come from Coding Phase, right? It's a great feeling. Now, when I'm trading my time, I got to get compensated. Just because I'm making money here, that doesn't mean that this is connected to this here. A lot of people get that shit wrong. They be like, yo, but if you're making so much money with this, why don't you just do it for free? Why should I? It's my time I'm trading. My time is valuable. If your time is not valuable, that's on you. But yeah, we getting it back, Lawrence. The shit don't fucking change, bro. And this is the cool thing. This is why I try to share with you guys and be super transparent about everything about my journey as a developer and the things, how I continue to grow. It's because I want to show you guys, what's possible. You're coming in now today, but you're going to be me in 3, 4, 5 years. What took me 10 years to get to this point, you're going to be able to do that in 3 to 4 or 5 years, or even less than that, because you have the knowledge. You have somebody that already did it and is giving you the shortcuts. When I came in, I was a pilgrim. I was here going through a jungle with a machete, cutting the grass so you can go now on this path. You don't have to go through the jungle. You don't got to fight lions, bears, and tigers. You know what I mean? You don't got to go in and catch malaria. I already created a fucking path that I went through, and now you could go through and save you time. So definitely, man. So shout out to my boy Lawrence. Yeah, we out here doing our thing, man. It's a good day. And it's even better now because I'm using my own. So it's so crazy. Sorry, guys, I get into all this shit. Every time that I think about certain shit, it just brings my fucking mood up. Like, so again, I learned how to code, became a developer, right? Got into the game, got a good job, great. Took chances on myself, learned extra skills. Didn't go the corporate route. I didn't go to Google. I could have done all that shit. I didn't go that route. I stuck to small, medium-sized businesses so I could learn skills from them that I could use for myself, right? I was in the designer teams, the marketing teams. I got access to everybody because I work in small to medium-sized businesses. That knowledge allowed me to go in and use that same information to build my own business. When I was able to go in and jump into that, my money started going up. more than all my colleagues. All my other developer colleagues, I make 2 times, 3 times as much as them. Okay? They went the corporate route, and I took a different route. Now, as I continue to grow as a developer, the same knowledge that I'm using for my business and the same things that I was able to trade my time for a salary at a company, I'm using it again. And then, yo, this shit's fucking mind blowing when I think about it. So this new tool that I'm using that's helping me make money with trading, right? Just to see, the things I'm doing good, things I'm doing bad. Every single day I'm improving even better and getting much better, right? But I'm using technology that allow me to get a job, to build capital, to then fucking use that capital to put in fucking trading. This shit is a fucking 360, my guy. Like, I don't know. I'm so hyped and so excited about how my life is fucking going because, bro, I would have never thought this shit. I was just grateful to get in to make $50,000 because my mom raised us making $30,000, $31,000 a year. And I thought $50,000 was a lot of money. We're in a space right now where by knowing skills, you get paid a lot to then gives you capital that you could build your own applications, the same shit that you was doing for a company. Now you could build it for yourself and you're using technology to fucking hack your way into even more money. What the fuck is going on? This is like when you unlock some shit, you press left, right, L2, R2, L1, XX circle, and you unlock unlimited fucking money. If you know what the fuck you're doing. Now again, the money's not the important thing. It's just like cheat codes in life. That if someone would have told me earlier, I would have been doing all this shit a long time ago, bro. I just didn't know. I'm a tintin, just like everybody that's out here that's like, oh, this shit's a scam. Bro, I'm the most negative person that you can meet. Everything that I look at, I'm skeptical of it. So I'm already like, I don't know, this shit might be a scam. This shit is real, bro. I'm a testament to this shit. You know what I mean? You know how hard I fucking had to, even like back in the days, like work, you work hard at a company for, I don't know, for fucking, you go in and say, how much is, okay, let's say $85,000. Let's say a simple developer job, right? 85,000 divided by 52 weeks, right? That's $1,634. Divided by 40, right? Divided by 40, hold on, that sounds crazy. Hold on, 85,000. There's no way. Hold on, I'm bringing out the calculator, bro. $85,000, right? $85,000, okay? Divided by 52. That's 52 weeks in a year, okay? You're working every fucking week, all right? Now, if you're getting paid, which is like the average, 40 hours a week, okay? That's $40.86, okay? 86 cents, okay? I've gone to a point where I might go in and say, well, I'm making at the least $2,000 to $3,000 a day, right? So what's my hours looking like? So it's $3,000, right? Right. Let's just go in 3,000 times, let's say 5. That's 15,000 divided by. We go in and we say divided by 40. Right? So, yo, this is wild. And this isn't my whole income. So we're making $375. If I was to say, well, I'm trading as if it was my full time, which is not. I'm doing this shit like an hour, 2 hours out of my day. Right? And sometimes I look on my phone and stuff like that, but we averaging like $375 a fucking hour? You was to tell me that shit like old school Joe, I would say that's bullshit. That's cap. There's no way people was doing that. You know what I'm saying? That shit reminded me of just like all the fucking, you know what it is to go in Bro, I used to get paid $7.25. My first job, $7.25 minimum wage. To get to a point where we get to here, this is what I dreamed about, bro. This is what I fucking dreamed about. You know what I mean? I always used to be like, man, one day when, you know, I used to watch the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and this and that. And I used to be like, yo, man, I want to be like Will Smith one day. Right? Just looking like Will because he's just a cool guy. But then I'm like, man, but if I could really get to a point and be like Uncle Phil, bro, I'm the Uncle Phil of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I became Uncle Phil. I got the big house with the nice yard, the fucking pool, and this is. I became that, and this is just the beginning. 2026 is a different ball game for me. You know what I'm saying? 2026 is a different fucking ball game for me. Remember, I always used to say, hey guys, I want to open up my Dunkin' Donuts. Hey guys, I want to fucking go in and be like, yo, I want to go, you know, to the south of fucking Spain. I'm doing all of that this year. This is why I'm going in. I'm doing certain moves. When you see me talk about 2026, I'm not taking everybody on Coding Phase. I'm only taking the people who's already been there. Okay? That leaves so much time for me. Like, you guys have no idea how much people think I've been just fucking around. Like, bro, I've been so dedicated into Coding Phase, from doing videos, YouTube, doing a million fucking things to this platform and to helping people out. I'm giving my time back to myself now. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, now I'm like, you know what? Let me give my time back, right? We used to have 14,000 members on Coding Phase. Now we have like 3,000. And that's great because I could breathe. But you know when I'm going to breathe even better? When I go in and I say, you know what? Everybody that's on Coding Phase is probably less than, 1,500 or 1,000 people. And when those people cancel and those people leave from here, at that point, we'll bring it down to 100 people. At that point, I already did my job to society. I did my job to all of you guys. I say, hey, man, you came to Coding Phase. I'm going to help you out to get your job, get you in the game, help you out, coach you, etc. But at that point, I have no more responsibilities to anybody because I already did all the work. I already helped out a lot of people. Now I could go into my 40s, right? I'm 38. I'm 37, about to be 38. I keep saying 38. I'm 37, going to 38. But my 40s is now for me. That's it. But it's just fucking funny. And when I think about it, because as Lawrence is asking me, he's like, yo, 2K a day is not that shabby. He's like, bro, these days we making even more than that. Because that's not even counting what we do in the businesses. So if we go in and I do the right moves, how I need to do it, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, now we're going to see some real fucking crazy shit this year from Joe. And this new app that I'm fucking building, if you think Coding Phase was big, wait until this new app that I'm dropping, which is a bigger fucking market. The trading market is huge. The industry is huge. And people got bread. Right now, I'm going to give it out beta for free. But that shit's going to be $50 to $100 a fucking month. With thousands, way more thousands, and I don't have to do the work. I don't have to, with Coding Phase it's difficult because I gotta answer emails, talk to people, do meetings, all that shit is a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. With this, I'm just building a software as a service. And I got like 3-4 other applications that we in the works with too. This is the bag season. This is the shit that we dreamed about, guys. I don't think a lot of you guys don't get it. Some people, when y'all see me, some random person might pop up and be like, whoa, this guy talks a lot. This guy motherfucker talking a lot of shit. I don't think this guy's going nowhere. But those of you guys that's been following me, you've seen the growth. Y'all know 2017 Joe is not 2020 Joe. 2020 is not 2023 Joe. 2025 Joe is not 2026 Joe. It's a different ball game. But you got to continue working. You got to continue pushing forward and do what you got to do. And, continue learning because that's how I keep on getting better. I just continue learning from other people and people that have accomplished things that I haven't accomplished yet. So then I could get the shortcuts, what I provide to you guys. Okay? Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. I'm answering questions, looking through the chat. I need to learn how to make at least $500 to buy a villa in Bonao. Oh, nice. Yeah. It's not that much, bro. $500 is shit. Josue Sotillo said, "What is that channel you talking about?" Ross Cameron. Ross Cameron. I know he made a killing today. Cause if I made like 3 bands today, bro, I know he made a fucking killing. I don't know how much he made, but he probably made a ridiculous amount. There you go. 67,000. Right? 300 surprise. Yeah, that's the one that I caught. Now, mind you, I'm going in with a small account. I'm not even using all my cash. This small account that I have is what I'm using to go in and use for trading for now, just to master the level of risk level that I need to take. But when I come back in August and we start doing $50,000 plays and we say, yo, we just caught 30% on that, you do the math on that. Okay? The reason why Ross is able to do that is because he's jumping in with like $100,000. He's jumping in with like $50,000, $70,000. I'm about to be the new Ross. Because when I start going in and start sharing my fucking trades, go follow Trading Phase, man. That channel is going to be crazy. And I give a lot of props to Ross Cameron because I learned a lot from him and show me that it's possible. Same way how I met, that developer in that freaking Starbucks when I was in college, and he was coding from the office. Well, not coding on his laptop. He showed me what was possible. I'm gonna be forever grateful to Ross Cameron. He showed me what's possible, and I learned so much from this dude. This is why when you be like, yo, why should I learn from Joe? Guess what? There's levels that I reached that I'm trying to help you out and put you on. But there's levels that I still haven't reached that I'm still learning from other people. That I'm willing to go in and invest. It opens up doors for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these people that is cheap. I invest, bro. I invest into education, man. And if I got to pay a premium to get access to somebody, I'm going to pay it. Because I want to learn from that guy that did the fucking thing. And this guy, I could tell you, if you want to learn trading, that's the fucking guy, right? What I'm teaching is, I'm simplifying it. But he's the fucking guy that if you want to go in and watch like tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that, you could go and watch it. He has a lot of knowledge. Now, the only bad thing about him and his strategies is like you need money. The average person don't have money like him. Because he goes in and gets like 1%, 2%, 3%. Yeah, but that's nice when you fucking you put in $100,000. Yeah, if you put $100,000 and you make $1,000 in one move, that's great. But what if you put $100? What, you're gonna make $1 a pop? Good luck with that. Good luck trying to use his strategy. But the way he teaches is great. But his strategy works for when you already have the money. And that's where I'm at right now. I got the money. Now I could learn from him of his strategy of how to go in and hit the shit with momentum. Boom. Blow up. Boom. If shit goes 10%. You got 10,000. That's $1,000 right there. Boom. You're out. You got 100,000. Boom. You go in. Boom. That's $10,000 play. Comes back down. You come back in again. Another $50,000, $70,000. Boom. You come back up. That's $7,000 right there. You do that shit 4 or 5 times in a fucking hour or two, you made like 60 bands. At that point, it's a wrap. That's where we at right now. You know what I mean? So when you see me doing a little 2,000, 3,000, like that shit ain't nothing to what we really about to make right now. You know what I mean? I'm being conservatively and not throwing all my bread into it because there's still things that I need to hash out. This is why I created this application. Because even for me, I'm still finding myself still making beginner mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like this was a $4,000 day. How did I leave with $600? It's a beginner mistake. That's why I'm using this app to help me understand what am I doing wrong. This right here was another $3,000 day. How did I leave minus 600? Okay. This right here was another, well, $3,000 day, and I left $2,000. So now I'm improving on everything that I do, but I still got to hash out certain things before I go in and say, yo, let me go in and take a $50,000 risk and jump into, you know, with the big boys. If I want to compete with Ross Cameron, right, and I want to be at the same level as him, I got to go in and do bigger plays. But I got to make sure that my strategy, it has a high win percent rate. So if I go in and say, well, boom, I put, you know, 100,000 into this thing, I got a 70% chance of me winning out of this with a big win. And if I see that I'm losing on this one, get out as soon as possible, which is the thing that I'm still working on. Because it's like, it's all mental. But again, I'm just hyped, guys. Leave me alone. I'm just hyped. You know what I mean? When I go into this whole stage, man, I'm just excited. I'm in a different stage in life, man. You know, which is good because I need this shit. I need this shit, bro. Straight up, I'll be honest. I want to take care of my family, bro. Like I live good, but I still got family in Dominican Republic that need my help. That I wish I could go in and say, hey, let's go and buy a new house for you know, for the family to be there. Let me buy a new condo for my dad. Let me go and buy my mom her new house. Let me go and get my mom her new car, you know, get her a nice little Lexus or something, right? How do I get there, right? I could take care of my own, take care of my family, but I'm not there in a position where I could go in and start helping all of my family. I could help out with, like, you know, giving $500 here and there, but that's not really like really helping. Helping is when you say, let's put up a business where the family could work. Maybe let's buy a, you know, I don't know, 100, 200 acres. Let's grow food there, right? And we could sell that. And then now everyone could work there from the family. Now everyone has a job. That's how, you know, that's generational wealth. How do I do that? That's what I've been trying to work towards to the last 2 years. And when you see me a little bit down, a little depressed, a little whatever, it's not really like my shit is going wrong. It's just I'm trying to make everyone happy. And I'm trying to fucking help as many people as possible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hard on myself because sometimes I can't do it. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I want to go and, you know, like, for example, I wanted to go in and buy a condo for my mom. But guess what? I had to go in and spend like $200,000, $300,000 to fix my house. So what do I do? Do I do that for my mom or do I help my own household first? You know what I'm saying? So things like that is what, you know, keeps me up at night. Or, hey, God forbid something happens to me, I catch a heart attack. Are my kids set up yet properly where no matter what happens to me, they're going to be good from here on? I don't think so, right? They'll be good for a couple of years, but it's not generational wealth. I haven't set up a system or a business that they could go in and say, hey, this thing pays us forever. And my kids don't have to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm working towards too. You know? And again, I share a lot of stuff here on this channel. You could believe it, you could not believe it. It's up to you. I don't care. I'm just sharing my life. You know, if you don't believe nothing that I say here, go to my first videos in 2017. You go to YouTube, right? And you go in and you go like this. Okay? Show you guys right now. Go in, search Coding Phase. Okay? And when you go to Coding Phase, click on the channel. This is the channel, right? Go into my videos, go to the oldest videos, and from there, watch all of the videos that I had from back then. Most people have to go to college. I'm not consistent. You let me know. Games, phone applications. Decide to make video games. Decide to make phone applications. Right? He's here to help. Go watch him. I mean, I'm not professional. I'm not a professional speaker. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not one of those fucking people that be like, well, we're going to talk like we're fucking highly educated. No, I want to go in and just make it accessible and show you guys my lifestyle, the things that happen to me. And as I'm learning new things that has been helpful for me, I go in and I teach it to others that want to learn it. If they don't want to learn it, I'm not here to convince them. Jams alert. Gling, 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 gling. Let me see. Flavor Flav. Yeah, word. Flavor Flav used to say that. I can't do nothing for you, man. Let me see. If you're a full stack dev, Joe, would you say it's best to invest your time in learning AI? You can learn whatever you want. If you're a full stack developer, yes, I will say learn. That's the next progression. You know? Let me see. Reading through here. 404 Gil says, only a goofy does free work. Yeah, man. I think, I help out as much as I can. I do a lot of shit for free. But the things that I know has taken me a long time, like for example, the profitable developer, I've been working on that course since January. How can I give that for free? And the knowledge that I put into that course alone, that's some shit that I've been learning for the last 10 years. How can I give that for free? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that if people understood that part, they're like, yeah, you can't fucking give that shit out for free. Marciano. Yeah, Marciano, he's a goofy. That dude is a goofy. That dude Marciano, Josue. Yeah, Josue, that dude is a goofy, bro. That dude is 100% goofy. Like, because they don't understand. They don't, the worst thing that could happen to somebody is when somebody doesn't believe anything and doesn't understand that in life you got to take risks. Yes, there's going to be a lot of scammers. There's going to be a lot of people that snake oil salesmen. There's a lot of bullshitters. But one thing that you have to remember is this, okay? One of them is actually telling the truth. With that being said, you're going to have to gamble and jump into, things that you might say, I don't know if this is going to work out. But guess what? One of them is going to work out. That's what I do. You know how many courses I've bought and like signed up to masterminds and shit like that? There's some shit that I'll be like, yo, this shit, I could have found this shit on YouTube. You gave me no information and I paid $2,000 for this. Right? Oh, hey, I went in and I paid for a course on Udemy. I'm like, yo, this shit is it's literally the documentation of JavaScript. And the guy's just reading it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna happen, but you have to go and jump in. That guy, Marciano Tech, he's a good dude, but because he don't have knowledge about even trading or anything like that, he thinks everything is a scam. There's people that scam. There's people that bullshitters. And usually the bullshitters is the ones that you'll see them like with a Lambo and doing all this shit. And maybe I'll be in the future, maybe you'll see me with a Lambo, but I'm not gonna make that into a highlight. Those guys that's like this, that they're sitting down like that, like, yo, come look at my logo on my car. I don't do that shit. I wouldn't do that shit because I think that shit's scammy. It's like you already could tell, like, yo, why are you trying to show me just your car? Show me the information. Answer my questions or teach me. A lot of these guys, they don't do that shit. They just go in and show you, well, you want to be $50,000 a day, $100,000 a day? That's why I don't fuck with those people. Why do I follow Rose Cameron? Rose Cameron's a regular guy, just like me. Regular guy. He's not over here balling. He's balling, but he's not like in people's faces. He don't even show his house. That guy got like $10+ million just on trading. And then from there, from his courses, and then from there, all the other stuff that he has, he got millions and millions of dollars. You don't see him like, yo, I got a Lambo, I got this and that. He could have all that shit, but he don't show it. Because that's not the type of audience he's trying to attract. He's trying to attract the people that actually want to learn. And at that point, guys that have taken enough courses, you could tell who's a bullshitter and who's not a bullshitter. So yeah, that guy Marciano, what's his name? Marciano Tech or something like that. He's a good kid. He's good like reviewing tech and stuff. But he just doesn't know because he don't know about, trading and stuff like that. All he's seeing is the fake people. He's Neo. Let me see. Running through here. 25 minutes in. 25 minutes in, and I'm just leaving a comment. Welcome, Andrew. Oh my God. Reading through here. Boo, boo. You doing calls and put? No, it's just regular trading, guys. I'm not doing options and stuff like that. I think that's just not that's too difficult. I just don't. I like my shit simple. I come in here, right? You know me. Even like when I talk about coding, I don't like to do mad like difficult shit. I like to simplify things. You come in at this price where it's low. If it's an uptrend, you get in. Once it breaks the trend, get out. That's it. It's that simple. But you need to know how to use the tools. You know, because I looked at a whole bunch of strategies and a whole bunch of shit that people be having. And it's like that shit's hard. I'll be honest. That shit is hard. To learn it like that, I don't wanna be like a fucking guy charting charts and looking at the news of what happened with Nvidia in the supply chain. I don't want to do that shit. I like my shit simple. I look at the trend, right? You know who's another girl that's legit? If you guys, anybody interested in like trading and stuff like that, right? And sorry if I'm talking too much about trading. Um, you know, I don't want you guys to, to be like, damn, Joe's just about trading. It's just conversation. Right now we're chilling. You know what I mean? But I love this girl. I love this girl because she gives a lot of information, and she really does this shit. There's so many people that's out here on YouTube and all this stuff that's bullshitter. Her strategy of just following the trend, which is a regular strategy. It's nothing complicated, right? It just works. You know, she's fucking legit. Even I'm constantly watching her shit. I watch, the people that I know that are legit, that I'm learning from them. They, I could put you on. Like Tori Trades, she good. And, I'm not gonna lie, she kind of bad too. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say no to something, if there's something good to look at. You know what I'm saying?
Hi guys, welcome back.
She a little. She's cute. She kind of cute. You know what I mean? Sometimes a lot of guys be like, "Yo,
is utilizing a trailing stop loss." Now let me draw you an example here.
There's a lot of girls that know how to trade. There's a lot of girls who know how to fucking code. Don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? So yeah, she's legit. Shout out to my boy Eric Guayo. Guys, by the way, damn, we've been here for 2 hours. Guys, I don't know if I mentioned 50% off on TradingPhaseDotCom. Links in the description. If you want to come in and you want to learn from me, it's 50% off. Take advantage now. Come in now. That's the coupon code. 50 off summer 25. Everything on TradingPhaseDotCom, 50% off the whole platform. Take advantage now. If you want me to help you out, this is the year that you want to sign up to TradingPhaseDotCom. Okay? So shout out to my boy Eric Guayo. What's going on? And it says, I can't wait to be in that position. Yes, we grinding right now, bro. We grinding. And I've had a lot of ups and downs, Shit. That's just how life is. But even when I'm like down, I'm like, I still gotta be grateful with what I got, man. And then just continue working towards what I need to do. Right? And with all the stuff, this trading stuff, and I don't even want to. I'm gonna stop talking about it because I don't want this shit to be just like a trading conversation. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for me taking this chance. It's been 2 years. It's like I'm in a position now that I'm like, damn, this shit feels good. It took me a year to learn how to code and then to get a job, right? It took me almost 3 years to really learn how to trade properly and really get consistent. Income from it. And I'm just grateful that I'm here, because it's not easy. It's a lot of fucking time. When I could be chilling with my kids or doing this and that, I'm constantly working, guys, and doing research and learning new things. When you guys are chilling, you're going out, I'm not going out nowhere. I don't fucking have no friends out here in Florida. I don't know nobody here. I'm here working. That's all I do. And, like fucking Pinky in the Brain. you know, trying to take over the world. What's tomorrow's fucking, you know what I mean? Why my kids come in like Pinky, Dad, what you doing? Well, Pinky, trying to take over the world, right? That's all I do all day, bro. Learning new skills and fucking, you know, doubling down on myself. So when I talk about this stuff, it's because I'm excited, guys. So I apologize if we haven't talked too much about coding right now. I'm still looking at the freelance or get hired firm at a firm by 2026. Hey, start applying, bro. Just put yourself out there. Let me see. Joe for president. Yo, Joe for president of the HOA, because Joe cannot be president. I make shit. You never know. I might go back to Dominican Republic one day since I was born over there and be like, yo, I'm running for president. You know what I mean? Because I be seeing some dudes that they don't even look like they're from DR. Like the current president don't even look like he's Dominican, bro. That dude looks straight Middle Eastern, right? And of course, we're not gonna judge the books by the cover, but I know he don't know about the hood. You know, it's like those type of people that they born rich. They don't know nothing about the hood and knowing what poor people is going through. So who knows? Maybe I'll go in and be like, hey guys, Joe for president, Dominican Republic, 2030, 2032, 2042, you know what I mean? Yo, 2042 or 2048, whatever. Right? Like, yo, running for president in Dominican Republic. Yo, you never know, man. My boy Santiago Matias is thinking about running for president. So if you guys don't know who that is, search Alafoque. That's my boy. I know him for over 10 years. And he's doing his thing. Peace, y'all. Take care, Patrick. Yeah, man. We about to get out of here, man. Like I said, guys, links in the description. Go check it out. Again, Jim boy. Can I use a 50% up to set up a renewal for the yearly? You could set up a renewal. The only thing, I mean, how can I say this? I don't know. Because I want to do it, but then it's like, if I do it for you, I got to do it for everybody else. And, you know, I just don't know. Send me an email, Jim. See what we could do. What I could do is, if you decide to renew this year, if you want to renew now, you could renew now. And then what I could do, I could put a skip for the following year, which means that you will use this whole year, and then the following year, you basically don't have to pay because you already paid it. So I don't know if that would be a good option for you. But send me an email because I have to do it manually. The system doesn't work like that. Okay? So send me an email. All right. Take care, man. Anyways, guys, listen. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be creating a new video like right after this live stream. I'm going to create a video for my other channel, Trading Phase, just breaking down what happened today, my trades, and then, yeah, and whoever's interested in that, you know. And don't worry, I'm still creating content for Coding Phase, doing all the shit that we do here. You know, on the live streams, I talk about everything. I talk about my kids, my life, my family, and trading is a big part of my life right now, guys. So that's why it does come up on the conversations. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe back at it again, TradingPhaseDotCom. Peace.